Alright, it's time to have a serious talk. A talk that I have been meaning to have with the public for whoever's gonna watch for years. Something that apparently needs to be said because it was something I experienced firsthand when I worked on a school bus. And so today, we're gonna talk about how to share the road with a school bus because apparently it needs to be talked about. So I stumble on my words and I lose my train of thought a lot. So I have a little notebook here and I wrote down some, important points that need to be discussed. I'm going to start off by saying I'm not a perfect driver. I do speed. I have cut people off before. I've hit curbs turning. I lost a hubcap by running into the, side of the road going onto the freeway a long time ago. It's like, it happens. I'm not a perfect driver. But some things are just common sense that you have to know in order to be able to drive that some people lack. And I'm sorry. I know mistakes happen, but some things are almost inexcusable, okay? When you're driving behind a school bus, any kind, and they're getting ready to slow down, their way of letting you know is they're going to turn on the yellow lights that show up. Now, does this mean stop? No, but drive with caution. Don't try to hurry up and cut them off. People are still going to. I know it happens. You're probably going to. But it's best not to, okay? Let's just keep everyone safe. You have a bus full of kids. Let's just try not to do that. And it's important to remember that a bus works the same way as a stoplight. So you've got the yellow lights. You've got the red lights, okay? If you went to take your driving test, written or physical, we all know how a stoplight works, okay? Red means stop. Yellow means caution, and preferably slow down. I worked as an aide on a special needs bus, so I wasn't the one driving it, but I was exposed to some pretty bad mistakes, if you want to call them, and I always told myself that I would sit down and make a video about this because I don't care who's gonna watch, someone's going to, and it needs to be said. A lot of people don't know that bus aids exist because I would get mistaken for a kid a lot, and that's not because I'm 4'11". There were other factors, but that job exists for sure. And we would get ready to pull over to pick a kid up, and people would just stop behind us, and the stop sign wasn't out yet, the red lights weren't on, it was just the yellow lights. And they flash, but that doesn't mean to stop. It just means like, hey, I pulled over, and I'm going to turn the red lights on, and I'm going to put the stop sign out. So if you want to go now. No, honestly, I don't know what the confusion is. I don't know what it was, but people stopped and they waited at yellow lights. And then the red lights would come on, the stop sign would come out, and then people go. Do you know how red lights work? Do you know that stop means stop? I asked my mom if she had any points to make so that I could talk about it, and she told me about a story when she was at like a preschool, and someone got out of their car and asked her if they had to stop with the stop arm out. And she said, "Do you know how to read?" And I guess he said, "Yeah, says stop." And she was like, "Then you stop." It's four letters. It's 4 letters. You've been hearing it all your life. So if you see the word stop, you stop. I don't understand the confusion, and I guess it's because I'm so aware of it because I worked that job, but I don't know. I feel like it's common sense, but obviously it's not. I mean, you stop at a red light. Well, most people do. And you either go slower or you use caution going through a yellow light. Okay, I'll be honest, I don't slow down at every yellow light, but you're still using caution because that's exactly what it's telling you. So it's the same for a school bus. I don't get why there's confusion or why people don't understand. A child is about to get off. When the stop sign comes out, you stop so the child can get out. It doesn't matter if it's a large bus and there's a gen ed student getting out. It doesn't matter if it's a smaller bus and there's a special needs student who's going to take a little bit of time getting down the stairs. It doesn't matter. You stop. I have had people flip us off with students on the bus because I guess it was taking too long for them. And that's something I'll never understand. There are students on this bus who, a lot of them are autistic, and they will copy exactly what you're doing because they saw it. And then they're going to go home and they're going to do it in front of their family, and their family is going to think that something happened at school. The school might get in trouble, but no, it happened on the bus, and that's not okay. People on the road, most of them are adults, okay? If you are an adult driving, you need to act like an adult and stop flipping buses off. There are students on there. We're doing our job. We're trying to keep them safe. And a lot of things that people don't understand is that my job was incredibly hard. I don't do it anymore, but it was pretty hard. For a lot of students that have special needs, the bus is like a huge trigger for them. It kind of sets off their whole day. It's the rattling of the windows. It's the seatbelt, the metal on the seatbelts clinging against the metal of the seats. It's something on the floor that they didn't like. It's something with their mind. They don't like it. It sets them off. And the least you could do is just be patient. I feel like I'm coming off a little bit harsh. These are like built up memories that I've had. I was like angry about them for so long, and I'm like, well, I have so much time on my hands. I'm going to talk about it now, and it's all coming out now. I'm sorry. Another thing that doesn't really have anything to do with buses, but I did see on the side of the road, is that being on a smaller bus, typically everyone knows what that means, even kids. And we'd be driving through an area where school has just gotten out. We picked up our students and we're going to take them home. And I would have to encounter students that go to school with these kids making inappropriate gestures, making fun of students with special needs. If you have a kid and they're not a kid with special needs, you should really do them a favor and teach them how to be empathetic, caring. Another thing that I used to see too, which was always kind of weird, I understand the kind of like urge to look into an ambulance if you're behind them or something. I kind of get that. But at the same time, you have to have like control. Like, okay, someone might be in there on their deathbed. I need to be considerate and focus on the road. It's the same thing with a school bus, okay? I don't know why, but people have this fixation on if they're next to a bus, they look inside. What are you hoping to see? And it happened a lot with small buses. And I would just be looking out the window at them. I would stare back because I'm not scared. What are you going to do? Get out of your car? Climb up the bus? But I don't understand the fixation. I don't know what you're hoping to see. But quite honestly, it's weird. Focus on the road. Look forward. There's nothing to see. I mean, we teach kids not to stare. So why are you, as an adult, staring? That covers most of my main points. I don't really have a lot else to talk about, but man, you guys, stoplights, yellow lights, red lights. I mean, it's It's common sense, it's pure common knowledge. I think the main point here is, one, use your common sense, but two, learn how to be considerate too, because the staring, the honking, the flipping us off, it's weird, and I could never as an adult act like that. I couldn't behave that way because it doesn't make any sense to me. I think that's pretty much it though. I got very heated, but I'm okay now. It's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about, but yeah, come on, we're all adults. Use your common sense. It's there. I know it's there. Okay, if you passed your driver's license and you have a driver's license, you probably know how a stoplight works. Okay, it's the same for a bus. It's very easy. The concept is just so simple. Anyway, that's how to share the road with a bus. That's all I have to say. Bye.